Open, carefree, and full of what I'm made out of. Good point. In 126th place is Froggy Gravity by Late Night Mega with a score of 44.2. Skip Teleporter 2. Well, that was easy. I recognize that name. Toadman has escaped and is building an army of nightmare frogs. Please stop them. These blocks obscure the foreground. I recognize that name. Also tree. Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, sorry, that was my bad. I forgot the introduction a few screens ago. More worried about the count bombs. Nice bit of misdirection there. How do I get out of here? Oh my goodness! I'm guessing if you go down for the token, you have to use the magnet beam or other utility to get out. Late Night Mega always called them Nightmare Frogs for some reason. They can be nightmarish in certain scenarios, namely their minis. I'll help you understand the gravity of the situation. Not the symbol I would use to indicate gravity flipping. There already exist some tiles from Gravity Man stage which would fit better here. Feel free to resprite them if need be. Oops. The way it is right now, it seems as if the graphics are a bit unfinished. Oh, pfft. I thought it was gonna flip me again. This has some neat ideas. It's not quite taking them far enough yet. And it has a skip teleporter, so I'm worried of what's coming up. I'm gonna save my final conclusions until we reach the end. I think I know what this stage is gonna do, or rather what it's not going to do. Can't believe I fell for that. Well, there was also the count bombs. I'm just waiting to see if there's a section that's going to combine both the count bombs, obscuring blocks, and reverse gravity. No? We should have been able to transition on the upper end. Nothing's blocking it. Ah, here it is. Reverse gravity and count bombs. Use magnet beam when you need a platform, little bro. 90210. Oops. Oh, this is a disaster. I'm doing this the wrong way. The second and third parts of the stage do use them. I wouldn't say barely, but not heavily either. I make a distinction between barely used, they exist, or they're heavily used. This is another reason why I wish we used the gravity tiles instead, so it's less confusing which direction we're actually flipping. Thing is though, Novocaine plays a lot better in this contest. I think I understand why this got a skip teleporter now. We're out of this place. I bet you couldn't find all the tokens hidden behind my green screens. But we did, thanks to my trusty compass. Challenge accepted. Gravity plus Toad. Now I can deal with the smaller threat. On the back of my mind, I was hoping we'd find a combination of gravity and Toad. We're out. And for the skip teleporter reason, unusually difficult. Oh, that's the reason? This stage simply existed for me, and the gimmicks it did have weren't used that much, I'm afraid. Frankly, this stage wouldn't be out of place in Maker, sans the reverse gravity. Really, my main issue with the reverse gravity is that they could have used more elucidative tiles. The way it is right now, the gravity switchers look unfinished. Based on the judge criteria, I'm gonna break with the chat here. I'd give this a 3.9 or 4 out of 10. Time to use our first custom costume, Blade Man DOS. This costume was developed by Buster. Custom costumes got a huge upgrade this time around. Now I can play custom sound effects. And press up. Meditation. I'm gonna be using at least 24 different costumes. Hello again, Forge Woman. In 125th place is water level. Ice level? By floating clouds, with a score of 44.4. Whoa! Let's try again, shall we? Go to the right then. Doesn't this look awfully suspicious? Sure. Whoa, that's a lot of them. Get me out of this pit. What happened to... What's happening? I horribly broke the level. Let's try this again, shall we? And you can also change the names of the rush utilities. This stage is held together with duct tape and prayers. More like skipped half of it. Are these acid drops? So far, the gimmicks are water magnets and water spouts. Oh my god, nice try, but there's nothing here. If this breaks the stage again... Oh shoot. Don't hit the switch then. It freezes the water. That is a cool effect. No pun intended. And I can freeze it again. It even freezes the water spouts. I see. I thought these were acid droplets. In reality, they drop icicles. It even stops the magnets from activating. And this gimmick's used throughout, and it changes how we interact with the stage directly. I have no idea where the first and third tokens are, however. This ladder didn't exist before. Money! Sorry, Snowman. That's 3. Whoa, whoa. So that's how I'm intended to get this M-Tank. Nitrogen Man if it actually used its main gimmick in interesting ways. But as we saw, it's really easy to break the progression. I like this. I like how we're looping through the stage again, but because everything's frozen over, it's altering my progression and how I interact with each of the individual screens. That explains the numbering of the tokens. Even more clever. It all makes sense now. That's brilliant. Ew. I was waiting for a stage to pull off that trick with Eddie. What happens if I press the switch? Do I die? Yeah, I thought so. I think what happened was I missed the checkpoint. Knowing how broken the stage can potentially be, that's likely what happened. There was no checkpoint? Oof. The way you access the quote-unquote first token is brilliant. The official names of Blademan DOS's utilities are Leaping Hand, Bunby Carrier, and Cutting Board. I understand the reasoning of lacking a checkpoint here, but it results in more backtracking. I know. I'm curious about something. Okay. Those arrows appear in case players decide to backtrack. I guess I can't depress the switch again. Down? Downwards facing water spouts. Nice. Jumping over the top. I think I found my new favorite level of this tier. Despite the glitchiness of this level, I like the combination of gimmicks it has, and how freezing and unfreezing the water changes how I interact with those previously established gimmicks. Back it is. Too early. Could do with a little bit better conveyance, but I don't mind it too much. I love playing Metroidvanias after all. and those almost always have some backtracking, and it's suitably long, maybe a bit too long for many players. Five. That's everything. Thanks, Pingy. Oh, too bad we didn't end with a custom boss. But I suppose this shall suffice. They represent the dual teaming of the stage. It's not over yet. I think the stage was complex enough, but it was a minor missed opportunity. Let's see why this was skipped. 3 of them. I learned that the hard way. I want to know who wrote that poem. In before we break this room. This level is in a weird situation where I actually like most of the things it pulls off, yet the main thing that pulls it down is its glitchiness and issues with conveyance. As it stands right now, half the mechanics were sufficiently utilized, the other half could stand to be used more, and to keep harping on this point, I really love the freezing and thawing mechanic. It provides more mileage to what was established before. When I decide to magnet beam into that screen, yeah, horribly broke. I wouldn't give this a functionality of 1, but it's... To me 1 would mean, oh my goodness, the stage is falling apart at the seams. This is like a 5 to me. I'd give this stage about a 5.6 out of 10. It succeeds more than it fails, and I enjoyed the experience throughout. Pat yourself on the back, floating clouds. In 124th place is Chaos Light City by Antiparallel with a score of 44.6. Snazzy. Smaller and faster projectiles. Into the moat you go. These ones are immune. I don't think you need to buff the Sniper Joes. I getcha. Enemies under the lamppost while it's active are immune to my attacks. That's a top solid. Sheesh, everything in the stage has had coffee. Speaking of which... Hey, Electman. City Wharf was actually okay or decent, and had a jazzy soundtrack. Did the enemies have to be this fast, however? I can't turn off all the lampposts. I suppose that's it. We end at the starting of Mega Man 2. Aesthetically, this stage looks wonderful. In terms of the gameplay, it was somewhat mediocre. It was on the more pleasant side of simply existed, so I'd give this about a 4.7 to 5 out of 10, based on my initial playthrough.